What's up, everyone? I'm the devastating Just Cause, and this is DJC Game Studios. Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Doing something a little different today. I'm talking about looking to get an Amico. You're like, I never owned an original Intellivision, but I love the idea of simple pick up and play games. I love the touchscreen idea. I've seen the game footage. It's something I'm interested in. Should I buy? I've never had an original Intellivision. What would I look for in buying an original Intellivision to kind of play that first while I wait for the Amico to be released? Well, I've made a list of 10 insanely essentials or essential, remember essential oils? Well, I've made a list of 10 games that I think are, I personally think, and this is just my personal opinion, are the 10 best that you must own when buying an original Intellivision console. Now, what console do you get? Well, there's many out there. The most common are either the original Master Systems, which are the gold and wood grain and brown with the bubble. And then you got the System 3s and Super Pro systems that sometimes will come with just the flat, although kind of cool because they're all black and silver. I prefer the Master System. Just make sure you get one that has either an RF mod or an adapter to play on a modern set. Now, also, a really good thing to get too, but you might not be able to celebrate the whole collection. Remember that when they said that in Office Space, Office Space, is the Intellivision Flashback. Sometimes they're even more pricier than the original console. Plus, you don't get to get the games in the boxes. And most of these games that I'm going to put on this list are very cheap to just get complete in box. You'll get your overlay, your box, your cartridge, and most importantly, instructions. So let's start it off. And I'm not going to do them in no particular order. I'm just going to list off the 10. And we're not going to do a top 5 thing or anything like that. We're going to keep this simple and keep it moving. So obviously the very first one you're going to want to purchase, and I would say get all 10 of these. If you're really looking to get into it in Intellivision and then eventually get an Amico, this is what you want to experience, and you'll understand the nostalgia. You'll understand the reason for these new games and for this new system. Number 1, you got to get Astro Smash. Astro Smash is a fantastic game. It's a shooter. It reminds me of like a Space Invaders, Asteroids, Galaga. You know, it's colorful. The sounds are fun. It has fast-paced action. Before you'll know it, you'll rack up a ton of extra lives, and it'll get even faster and insaner. But you could play that for hours and get an insanely high score. It has 6 different levels. They change color each level you go into. You start in black, then you go to a deep blue, and then you go to a magenta, a turquoise, a gray, and then it goes back to black, which is the final 6th level. You have UFOs coming at you, guided missiles, heat-seeking missiles they call them, and you also have twirlers that make the if any of those hit the ground, everything explodes. You have a auto-fire option, and you also have a hyperspace, which if you're trying to get away from one of those missiles that are chasing you, it'll transport you. And this is one of the new games that are coming out for Amico too, and it looks fantastic. Next, I'd have to say Utopia. Utopia is one of those civilization building or games where you basically create it. You each have an island if you play 2 players, or you play 1 player as well. But you have an island, and you plant crops on it. You put houses, you can put hospitals, factories. You try to keep that civilization going. You have a little fishing boat where you go out and fish, and that racks up points. And the more people that are happy, the more points you get, the more things you can put on there. You got to be careful of the little rebels, because the rebel soldiers will overtake you either from another island or just your own people rebelling. So it's that first ever kind of sim game, and you have hurricanes and rain and storms and pirates. It's a must-have. I think it's definitely on this list. So there you go, Utopia. Your next one, I would say, and this is just one of my favorites, is bowling. Intellivision bowling is unique. And once again, I say always get these because they're fairly inexpensive, to buy them complete in box, because you want the instruction manual. Intellivision bowling is actually a complex, cool, strategic game. Like you have to set your angle before you release the ball. You have to line up the white circle on the lane where the ball is going to land, and of course you line up your bowler with all those things. So it's 3 essential things you gotta do to make that ball go into the angle or straight or hook or curve. You're also able to put slickness in. I always keep it at 5 because that keeps it, I think it's 1 through 10 as the slickness. Anyways, you can play up to 4 players on that, on the same controller too. How about that? Anyways, bowling. It's a fantastic game, one of my absolute favorites. And of course, the 4th one on the list here, Night Stalker. Night Stalker, classic maze games. You're in these caverns and you got the spiders, and you got the bats, and you got robots after you, and then somewhere there's a little phaser gun, and you got to run and get that gun. When you come back down, or come out, then you have a little bunker you can hide in. You got to come out there and time your phaser gun bullets to blow up these robots. And eventually the robots will take more hits, they'll get bigger, they'll get faster, they'll actually hunt you down in the maze. I can't say enough fun things. Night Stalker is where it's at. You can actually play that with 2 controllers, use one to run and one to aim. Either that or you do it the classic style like I always did. You stop, shoot, and then continue running. Anyways, Night Stalker, another one being reimagined. Now, we get into another one of my favorites, which is Tron Deadly Discs. You're a little running man. You're in a field with a bunch of people throwing discs. You have a pad that you throws discs in all different directions. Another one you can use with 2 controllers. But basically, they're like boomerangs. You hit the button once, it shoots it out, or you can hit it right again, and whenever you hit it, it comes back. So you can like an absolute boomerang disc. It's so cool. It's so much fun. And then the big recognizer comes in and fills in all the things, and because you're trying to knock out all the doors and get to. It's so much fun. Little things running around. It's just one of those ones you have to own, and you have to play to actually understand what I'm saying. Tron Deadly Disc. Next on the list is going to be Burger Time. Burger Time. This version of Burger Time to me is the best. I had an arcade Burger Time. I preferred the Intellivision version over the arcade. I don't know what it was. It's just something about the control is perfect. The sounds are perfect. The animations are so much fun. It's challenging. It's just a fun game. It was done right. This is a third party, so you're not gonna, unless you got a modded flashback, you're not gonna find it in the flashback. Once again, one of the reasons you want to get an original system and play it. Plus, you get to experience the old way. You put the overlays in over the controller. It's amazing. Burger Time. Need I say more? You're trying to make burgers and drop them by running up and down ladders while hot dogs and pickles and mad eggs try to take you down. But you have pepper shakers to ward them off. Warn them off? Anyways, Burger Time. And of course, you can't not have this on the list. Coming in at number 7 is baseball. Baseball, whether it's World Champion Baseball or it is the Major League Baseball, they're fantastic games. The one good thing about Championship Baseball, or Champion Baseball they call it, World Championship Baseball, it had many different names. That one is really cool because it's basically like Major League Baseball, but you're able to do slides to bases. And which I thought was a really cool feature because the slide, you can actually hit slide and slide all the way around the bases. It's so much fun. Also, the other feature is you can play one player against the computer. Very cool. Because baseball is so iconic on Intellivision because you control, especially when you're the outfield, on here, the little overlay, you press what person you want to highlight. So you press that guy, you control him. You press this guy, you control him. Really cool with the overlay feature on that. And I think that's what made baseball so better than everything else that was out at that time. You controlled a number of players, and you could also place them on where you wanted them. So if you wanted your outfield, like a dude a little bit more in, someone over here, someone in the infield, someone here, say a guy or a friend you're playing is hitting it to a certain area all the time, when you play him, you want to move a bunch of players to that area because it's going to go that way. And you can actually move them there and set them there and kind of program them to stay there. Really cool features for the Intellivision Baseball. Must own. Now we get into number 8. This is just a classic. It was always a pack-in. It was something I always thought was funny to get the dealer mad. And I'm talking about Las Vegas poker and blackjack. The sounds, the sights. It's the shifty-eyed dealer. It's poker. It's blackjack. It's fun. Who doesn't like video poker? It is what it is, but man, that guy, when you win, gets so angry, and when you lose to the house, he gets so happy. Just like the song. Oh, I haven't showed you guys that yet. But let's move on, because now, at number 9, Beauty and the Beast. No, I'm not talking about the animated film. I'm talking about the Magic game, Beauty and the Beast, where you control Buford, and he has to climb up the building to rescue whatever the name of the girl was. He gets hearts, he gets invincible for a second, sometimes because you have bats and birds that'll try to knock you down. You can also fall off the building, which is hilarious. The animation is great. It's kind of like a, I don't even know how to explain it, kind of a Donkey Kong-esque. Huh. Anyways, you get to the top, and then you go to the next building. Really kind of cool a Magic game. One iconic game I think a Magic's put out. There's a lot of other ones, and I didn't fit them all in here because this is just the first 10 I think you should get. And I think, wow, the first 10. So anyways, Beauty and the Beast, a must-have. And then, of course, the last one on this list, another Magic game. You're like, is it Demon Attack? No, it actually isn't, but that is another great one for honorable mention. Microsurgeon. Microsurgeon, you're inside of the human body from like the waist up. You're inside intestines, stomachs, lungs. You're blasting plaque out of the lungs. You're up into the brain, knocking out tumors. You were a little capsule, spaceship, or whatever you are. And you're going through all the veins and arteries. You're knocking out stuff in the liver, in the gallbladder, in the eye, in the nose. The ear, nose, and throat specialist, you could call yourself. I believe you could certifiably be a doctor after you complete this game. But it is one of the most innovative, insane games. You play with 2 controllers. You can shoot again and control. Me and Papa Pete were talking about this on Astro Smash, which you should tune into every Monday. Man, I can't talk. Blah, 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 blah. Every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Astro Smashed, the All Intellivision podcast. No, it's not a podcast. It's a live stream. Man, why do I keep saying podcast? I'm not a pea in a pod. I'm a guy in a room. Anyways, moving on. So Microsurgeon is a fantastic pickup. So there you go. There's 10 what I think is must-have games when getting into Intellivision for the first time. Get a Master System. Get one that's working properly. They're fairly cheap on eBay. Get those 10 games, or at least get 5 in the list, and then get another 5. But Astro Smash, if you're only getting like 2 or 3 games, you're like, I can't afford to buy 10 games. Do yourself a favor. Astro Smash, Bowling, Utopia, Burger Time. There you go. There's 4 games that you could really get into the system from. Then check out some of the other ones. Man, I now want to play some Burger Time. Well, there you have it. So we're all waiting for the Amico to be released. We're excited about it. Why not get into, if you've never gotten into the Intellivision, do this. Buy a system. Get some of these games. These are must-haves, and they are fun. And you will be happy, and before you know it, you'll want to collect everything like I'm trying to do. I'm far away from 125, but I'm getting there. Just things are starting to get pricey when you get up to those rare ones. Please like, please subscribe, and gosh darn it all to heck and back. We'll see you in the next one. Or for Astro Smash Mondays, the All Intellivision live stream. All right, said Astro Smash like 4 times. Are we good? No? Astro Smashed. Hey guys, this time not making a joke. I'm serious. It's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Was there a guy that originally just cried wolf? Wasn't that a book? Like Scholastic or something? These, like the one I'm wearing. Ole! No. These shirts are going to be available along with a lot of the other crazy, insane shirts you always see me wearing. Like Ice Cream Cowboy. How about the purple collection? The green collection? Just plain black and white. Maybe one with a funny saying. They're all going to be available on a website soon, I promise you. I'd say within this next week or so, we're going to have music, and we're going to have the DJC Game Studios crazy t-shirts. I think they're going to be around $24. hey, you know what? I have to produce them and mail them out myself. But it's going to have a dedicated website. I'll let you know everything very soon. We're designing it right now, and it's going to be sweet. And hopefully there'll be some more interactions where you can actually become a fan, log in, get some news, check out some things, know when I'm doing videos. Hey, follow me on Twitter and all that stuff. Wow, this is like the most serious afterthought I've done on this channel. Woo! All right, I can just throw up the copyright, I guess.